S-400 filling operation instructions. Line connection and power on. Remove the power cord. Plug the power cord directly into the adapter's socket. Connect the DC power plug of the adapter. Plug into the machine's power socket. Insert the power cord plug into the socket. Turn on the power and start the machine. Weight mode parameter setting. 1. Filling parameters. Set filling gram. This parameter value corresponds to the weight when filling one row each time. First, we determine the material filling weight for a single mold. For example, the filling weight of a single mold in this baking tray is 50 grams. Then determine how many molds are in a row. For example, there are 4 molds in a row in this baking tray. Then set the filling gram value to 50 times 4. That's 200 grams. Set filling speed. This parameter value can adjust the filling speed. The setting range is 0 to 100%. Set according to the state of the filling material. Generally, it is recommended to set it between 60% and 70%. If the filling speed value is set to 65%. Set the reversal time. This parameter value controls the timing of the gears. Instantaneous reverse rotation after filling is complete. Reversing the flow effectively intercepts the current. Set according to the actual filling situation. For example, set the reverse rotation time to 0.1. 2. Baking tray parameters. Set the number of rows in the baking tray. This parameter value is the number of rows in the baking tray. For example, this baking tray has 6 rows. Then set the number of rows in baking tray value to 6. Set the center distance between the 2 rows. This parameter value is the center distance between the 2 rows of molds on the baking tray. You can measure it with a ruler. For example, the center distance between the 2 rows of this baking tray is 97 millimeters. Then set the center distance between the 2 rows to 97. Set filling delay. This parameter applies when one row is fully filled. Delay filling time after the gearbox moves to the next row. The purpose is to allow the machine to come to a complete stop before filling. Set according to the material filling situation. For example, set the filling delay value to 0. Operation test filling demonstration. 1. Operation test. After setting the parameters, we will first conduct an idle run test. The main inspection checks whether the discharge port is centered and aligned with each row of molds on the baking tray. Set the filling weight value to 0 before testing. Select automatic mode. If not, you can click to switch to automatic mode. Then click the start button to let the machine run idle. Correct example, if the discharge port is centered and aligned with each row of molds during each pass, the test is successful. Error example, if the discharge port and mold are not centered after the movement, the center distance parameter values of the 2 rows need to be adjusted. Taking the demonstration angle as an example, if the discharge port is offset to the right relative to the center of the last row of molds, then increase the value of the center distance between 2 rows parameter. If it is offset to the left relative, reduce the value of the center distance between the 2 rows parameter. Repeat the test until all elements are centered and aligned. 2. Filling demonstration, taking traditional cake filling as an example. Material feeding. Pour the prepared cake batter directly into the machine hopper. Spread evenly. Reset the filling weight value. Click the Start button to start the machine. Start filling. Once filling is complete, remove the filled baking tray, place a new baking tray on top, and continue filling. Notes 1. The start button and the stainless steel button on the right side of the machine's control panel are both stop button. These two buttons are synchronized. They function as the start button when the machine is stopped and as the stop button when the machine is running. They can also be used as emergency stop buttons in case of unexpected situations during machine operation. 2. Exhaust. When the exhaust material is first poured into the hopper, there will be air present during the first discharge, because there is air inside the gearbox. If you are concerned about air being filled in during the first filling, you can prepare a flat plate to place on the machine. Set the filling weight. Switch the mode to manual mode. Click the start button to allow the machine to pre-discharge material once. Once the air in the gearbox has been expelled, it can be filled into the baking tray. If you don't mind having air in the initial filling, you can skip this step.